Emisikadika Fimbeli, Omenuga Radio. Radio station ayange yotango mo Namibia.
So, Yebo. Yeah, long time, guys. Long time, guys. So finally, yeah, uh, I'm very much sorry that yeah, it's oh yeah. It's modern, man. Let us just talk about like the modern world and how it affected like the living of everyone. Mostly black people. People that are from the southern part of Africa, if I can say that. We used to do like some common things, and as we are speaking now, things have just changed, like changed. Yeah. So, uh, these are the things that have now affected our lives, and we need sometimes maybe to think how to solve these problems. Um, we used to do things of like use donkey cart, use donkey to carry our stuffs, and this is now based to social study. Which topic of modern technology, if I'm not mistaken. And so we need to find ways, guys. We need to find ways of how to solve some of these problems. or we need to do something, or just let it go like that. Me as an African, I'm not against something that some people are doing, or the way my fellow black people now just take it, like maybe they just prefer it to be that way. But what I'm saying is, how are we then going to transform the way we live our life, uh, that will not affect anything, or not even our lives. For now, let us the global change, climate change, global warming. With this global warming, we have encountered like a lot of uh, natural diseases. Like we had like in my country, we had some locust last year. It was caused by global warming, drought. We had flood. These are all the result of climate change, and it's mostly us that are causing that. Basically, when you burn fuel, uh, or you use these non biodegradable materials, or yeah, when you use them, then that is the result. They don't uh, degrade, they don't decompose, but what they do, you just, as long as you are putting everything on there, the only way to get rid of those products is only by burning. So when you burn, you emit the combustion process. During that combustion process, you emit some the carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide goes into the atmosphere, and then it will stay there. Plants are the plants are the only organism that use that carbon dioxide in the atmosphere for to produce or to make their own food during the process of photosynthesis. Um, and then, so when we look at that now, a lot of trees in Africa have been cut down. A lot of people are coming here in Africa to get trees, to get raw materials, to get all our natural resources. We have been facing this since uh, World War, I don't know, one, or and until now, it's still the same thing. We have now to find ways on how to solve this, but a lot of, like, we had tried, a lot of our ladies, I can call this, we have some uh uh how can I say this, but we don't have real true ladies in Africa. We only have opportunists, these guys that only took that opportunity just to be leaders. um so we have tried like to uh reshuffle everything given the cabinet in most of countries. We are now having these things of activism and what. No problem. We have now they said independent countries. We have so, but that it got nothing to do with global warming. Even if they try now, there is nothing they can do. The only thing is by going back to our history and maybe try to find some ways on how our ancestors used to do those things. We have these things. If the nature calls, then I have to go just behind bushes. Me as a true African, um, and help myself there. To use toilet papers because what I need is just maybe a stick, maybe, or something from a tree. It can be leaves, just to clean myself once I'm done. So nowadays people are using toilet papers. Toilet papers are made from plants, and remember, um, toilet papers, uh, they're made from plant, right? And plants, they are the only uh, organism that are responsible for um, removing that carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and just to reduce the the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and that will also reduce the pollution in the atmosphere. We we used to walk distances, uh even 50, 60, 100 and something distance, but it was good for our health. It was good for our health, and our ancestors have passed through that. uh, we we don't use cars by that time. We don't, like, we were not having cars in Africa, so we used to carry our stuff on our animals back, if or on our shoulder. We were more depending on agricultural activities, and that was good. Not like now when we have to depend on manufactured product. So instead of me eating wheat, so I then have to eat. I then have to eat. What is this? Macaroni, and yeah, just something like that, or spaghetti. What do you think? These types of products, they are not from trees. Or instead of me eating a fresh orange from the orange tree, I then have to drink a juice with some preservations and preservatives and other ingredients that are not good for my health. So we have a lot. Even though some African countries are not allowing that, uh, but few are allowing it to be like that. A lot of African countries have developed into Western, like they have developed that Western uh, culture. So whatever they do is just to maybe they don't do agriculture. they depend on manufactured product. Like they are more on manufacturing and service. That is not a bad case. That is not a big deal because of what we call independent, and we were given rules by the Western countries that we have to follow. We have UN, we have a what uh, those organizations that are still threatening um, people, and some organization that are protecting people also. Um, so it's like that. They call it economic and what, whereby the country is not depending on agriculture. Remember, the so-called developed country, they produce product, agriculture product, just to say, but they don't rely on those agricultural product. Instead, they send it out of their country. So that is what we call the export. So they don't send out the uh, what the raw material, but they send out the finished product, agriculture finished product. If it's meat, they don't just send cows or goat or pigs or what. No, they slaughter and then they do evaluation what investigate what the and then from there they pack everything. So the process goes on like that. While here in Africa, we are like, let me just go in my yard, so get some trees, fruit trees, and then pack them, then send it out of the country. So it's like that. So we don't know now how to fight this. We don't know. We are under pressure. I told you, I talked about global warming that is now affecting Africa. We know if the way we are on the planet Earth, oh, if you are on top, there is no way that you see water running from the bottom to the top. No, what I will always run from the top to the bottom. Uh, so that is it. If your country is on the bottom, there is no way that you overcome someone who is already on top. With so what you call political what. No. We have a lot of good people in Africa. We have good engineers in Africa. We have doctors in Africa, the qualified one to say, but we have we still have doctors, people that have qualifications, but they are not able to use their qualification. For instance, we have people that are studying doctors, like medical doctors, so they have to go study where Cuba, Finland, where what Ukraine, what. So what are these people here doing without their doctorate? So we still have engineers, but we don't empower them. We still get engineers from China, America. Uh, you know, we are not empowering our our own engineers or our own people. The country will send someone out of the country to go study, and still nothing will benefit. Like the country will benefit nothing from their students. or they are now what we call what's so called what is now a qualified medical doctor. Africans, we are only good at speaking. When we say out words, good. Ideas, good. But we have people that are trying to, at least, because I can be here speaking about global warming, but still with this politic mind, then there is nothing I can do. Sometimes I can even be here talking, but nothing I can do. So we we then have to make some moves. I have been running a project. I had this project of so we have different trees in Africa. We have the long. We have those ones that are in the Mediterranean. We have some short trees. We have thorn trees in the desert. We have mopani trees and longest trees in Africa, I think. So we have a lot now. We have those rafts in on mountains. So I was now wondering. So between these all types of plants that we have, different types of plants that we have, which one now do we maybe if we are going to plant trees in Africa that were destroyed by uh okay so-called colonialists colonizers that are still here in Africa coming and getting our stuffs. I'm not against it, but just the way they're coming in and get our stuffs out, I'm against it. I'm not against about Western people coming in Africa to stay here to do business here, but I'm against Western people coming in Africa, taking African. They are not African, taking African resources to go and benefit their Western people or Western country. If for instance, in this case now of fighting global warming, if African pull out like okay, we 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 are now going to be of this well organized continent, then there will be some sanctions to be made for Africa. But because we are not independent, Africa is not an independent continent, and that is like the truth. We have presidents, they are allowing. In Namibia, we had some cases of Western country that wanted to come or and bury some nuclear uh, what in Namibia desert. Why are they not keeping their radiation in their country? So they want to bring troubles. They were like, no, we pay the Namibian government this amount, so we bury some radiation to what in the desert. Areas like that. Uh, so they are not. They always try to find ways just to. And remember, with radiation, it takes millions of years for them to disappear. And that gonna affect the whole Namibian nation. With whenever with their generation, and and everything. Find ways on how to solve global warming, black people and white also.